Hi guys, welcome to Everybody Arts. I'm Mr. Matt, and today you're going to be painting this. Just kidding. Actually, this is a painting by Vincent van Gogh. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Vincent van Gogh. I used to say Van Gogh, and a lot of people say Van Gogh. I'm pretty sure it's Van Gogh. Anyway, this is from a series, actually, of 12 sunflower paintings that he did. A lot of people don't know it's from a series. 5 in 1887, and then he did another 7 between 1888 and 1889. And this is the first one that he did in the last series of 7, so like in 1888. And it's so pretty. I wanted to do this. This is one I actually did in a class with other kids. I think 3rd grade we did this, and it was a lot of fun. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of this with crayon first. And you're going to go online to my website, and you're actually going to download this, okay? And that's what we're going to use to color with our crayons, and then we're going to paint it, okay? With watercolors. Just a simple tray watercolor like this. Pretty much everybody's got one of these. That classrooms have those, things like that. But here's what I want to do. This picture is really neat, and the one thing that I wanted to kind of bring out and have you guys color is, if you notice, the bottom is not just brown. There's yellow and blue and white and all kinds of things in the bottom here. The bottom of the vase, there's blue and yellow and white on here. So you can use a white crayon and blue. So the other colors that Vincent threw in here, that's what we're going to use for crayon. And then when we go over it with watercolors, that's really going to pop and stand out. So yeah, I want you to get those really unique colors in there, and then we're going to go over it with one color, and then it's going to look like this. And you can see all the colors from the crayon, the unique colors in the back, gone over with one color of watercolor. So you see how I put that together. So it's not that hard. It's actually a pretty easy project, but when it's done, it looks so cool. You see how the wax from the crayons pushes the water away. So it has this really cool effect. Especially, you can look right here. This is where I put some white, so it just pushed that green out of the way. And I'm going to, when I was working on this, I had this picture next to me, and I gave a picture to, they had all the kids at tables like with 4 pushed, face to face. And I gave each table of 4 a picture to look at while they were coloring. So at the end of the video, I'm going to put up a picture of just this, and you can pause it, and while you're coloring, you can look at it, okay? And hopefully this is fun for you, and you learn a little bit about Vincent van Gogh, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, let's get started. So he's got some bright yellow in the background of the vase, okay? So here's what I want you to do. When you put down that yellow, well, that's a little bit too bright. I'm going to use a bit darker, but we're going to and we're not going to color in like a full color. We're just going to do that. Actually, I'm going to use the back of my crayon, because you're going to get a fatter line doing it that way. And I'm just going to push pretty hard and make some lines, just like on Vincent's picture, okay? Maybe yellow wasn't a good choice to start with, because I don't know how well that's going to show up. Not super great. I'm going to push a couple more down so I don't have to keep going back, but just go out a little bit. I'm just doing this part right here, okay? As you can see, I didn't scribble it all in or anything. I'm going to go to a darker yellow, maybe, because right down here, I think there's a darker yellow. Yeah. I can tell I used these crayons before because they're all rounded off on the, on the bottom. See, I'm not going crazy. I just want to kind of fill it in, just kind of like Vincent's is. Maybe a little bit on the bottom here. If you look, he's got a little bit of yellow like right around the bottom of the vase. You don't have to do it exactly like me. And in fact, I might turn off my microphone in a minute make it fast forward, and then I'll just give you little like snippets of Vincent van Gogh information while we're all working on this, okay? Let me see here. Vincent van Gogh lived from 1853 to 1890, and he was a post-impressionist painter. Now, impressionist painters, they liked to capture usually an image of like everyday daily life. They didn't like people just sitting still, portraits, things like that. They wanted to capture movement. So people at the beach, like street scenes, people dancing, things like that. And they wanted to have realistic light and realistic colors and really thin brush strokes, things like that. Now, Vincent van Gogh was a post-impressionist painter. Post-impressionist painters, they wanted to use bright, sometimes random colors, break things down into simpler shapes, basic shapes, and they wanted to use color to evoke emotion rather than, try to be realistic with the colors that they used. Van Gogh created over 2,100 pieces of artwork in his lifetime, and most of those were made in the last 2 years of his life. And around that time, his paintings became more colorful and vibrant, but he was very sad and he was worried about his own mental stability during that time. He was actually considered a failure during his lifetime and only sold a few paintings. Your butt is right where I'm trying to look to see what I'm drawing. You have to move your tuchus. Come on. Come on. Move your tuchus. Pixel. No, you're bouncing the camera. People don't want that. Come on. Come on. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, no. Oh, my stuff. Obviously, since Van Gogh's death, he's gained the recognition he deserves. In 1990, a painting that he did of a doctor that took care of him while he was living his last few years, I think in the countryside of Paris. I'm going to have to double check that. But the painting was a portrait of a Dr. Paul Gaucher, and I think I pronounced that right. I'm not sure. I put the name up. The painting sold at auction in 1990 for $75 million. Not only that, but Van Gogh also has his own museum in Amsterdam, the Van Gogh Museum, and they have a video that I'm going to put a link in my description to, and it tells a lot about his history. It gives you a lot more detail than I just did, and probably a lot less time too. It's only like about 5 minutes long, and it's really good. It's a good thing to watch. It's classroom friendly, kid friendly. It's fantastic, and I can't recommend it enough. There we go. How's that, Mr. Matt? Okay, so now we're going to use just pretty broad general colors. We're not going to try to mix too much. You can if you want, but I'm going to use this big brush right here. See how big this? I'm not going to use the brush that came with it. It's a wide brush. It's wider than than the one that came with it, which is this. You can see the difference between the two. It's quite a bit different. Get that color really wet. Nice and soaking. And then we're just going to pop it right in there. Probably going to have to put another darker color in there too. Maybe green, because that's a little light. See where I put the white right there? Yeah. Let's try this one. Here we go. That's better. And you can see what I meant by how it's pushing away the water. I love that. All right. I mentioned that video earlier about the Van Gogh Museum and how cool it was. There's this really neat part, and again, it's really short, so I shouldn't give anything away from it, but there's this really cool thing that they had mentioned where paint was really expensive back in the day. And Van Gogh had no money because he didn't sell any of his paintings. He couldn't make any money doing what he loved. So he wanted to make sure that colors would go together, you know, for him, that he liked what he was going to do before he put it on the canvas. So he had balls of yarn with different colors, and he would take the balls of yarn and put them together to see if they complemented each other. And in the Van Gogh Museum, they actually have his box of yarn balls that he used to check to see if the colors would complement each other, go together, and before he used them on his canvas. I just think that's fantastic. That's such a cool thing. That's just such a small, you know, somebody might look at that and giggle like back in the day and make fun of Van Gogh for that. But man, how brilliant. It's great. I love it. So I wanted to share that one. Even if you don't get to it, at least know about that. And, you know, come up with your own cool ideas. If you don't have a lot of, you know, materials and things, experiment, do lots of fun stuff. I always save all my scraps for everything, and I try to use as much of the things that I find around as I possibly can. Like I said, I'm painting on top of a cereal box right now. I use cereal boxes all the time. We eat a lot of cereal in my house. I love cereal. So, you know, you gotta find your own thing. Something fun for you. That's it. Okay, so here is mine. My replica, or not replica, my attempt to make a piece that looks like Mr. Van Gogh's, which is that. I think it looks pretty cool. I had fun doing it. And if you look, this is the bottom right here. This is really what I wanted to try to replicate, and I think I did pretty good. You can see all the strokes with the crayon that I was trying to get and trying to emulate. Emulate means copy or duplicate, and I think I did that. I did that pretty good up in here, especially in that flower right there, I think, and the one behind it. That one up there, I tried kind of hard, but yeah, it's okay. But really, I had fun doing this, and I hope if you guys were following along, you did too. At the end, I'll put this up just by itself, so you can check it out and pause it, and while you're drawing, you can look at that and get, you know, see where all those colors are, and maybe like I said, hang on to your drawings, hang on to all your drawings when you're working on them from Everybody Arts, because I want to see them when I get a chance to make them so you can upload them. I'm going to put a little gallery and stuff, and then you guys can upload them, and I'll put them up there. I'll just put your first name and last initial or something, so that you know, it stays safe and stuff, and no comments or anything, so nobody says anything bad about them. It's just going to be really cool. It's going to be fun having like lots of art up there. So save them, and then put them up there when I get everything ready. Okay, you guys are great. Be good to each other. I hope you have an awesome New Year, and I'll see you very soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.